Hey loves, it's Baja Jocko with Earth Goddess. I'm coming on to really discuss something with you really quickly. It's something that I get asked pretty often from clients or even just potential clients or women that I um, come across mainly on social media. But I was asked the question of how do you recognize when when your energy is not being managed by you, and what does that look like really? And it's such a good question because a lot of times we as women don't even recognize um, that our energy is ours and that it is actually something to manage. That they don't, you have to recognize that the energy is there for you to even recognize that it's up to you to manage it. And so a lot of times what that looks like for a woman is it's going to look like now the obvious things. I'll start with the obvious things. Okay, the obvious things that will happen is you may develop some type of disease or some type of illness um, that really can be even linked to like stress or things like that, and sometimes not even linked to stress. It's not always evident like that to a lot of women, but it'll manifest in the form of illness or a disease or something like that. And another thing that happens, or it could even be something even like high blood pressure, um, um, like becoming overweight or diet and things like that, where you're gaining weight, um, those kind of things. It also will manifest as body aches and pains. Um, it'll manifest as stress and exhaustion. Um, which we think that on the surface we think that that is obvious, but we have normalized stress and um, those type of things. We've even normalized women gaining weight after having children. After a certain age, we've normalized women gaining weight after like going through menopause and things like that. And so a lot of times the things that we've started to normalize in our society are actually the evidence of a woman that is not managing her own energy. Um, Also, it might manifest as anger, as straight up anger, where you are angry with the people in your life, or angry with yourself, um, things like that. So those are things that you can look out for. And now, and I'm not talking about the normal, like maybe something triggers you, you get upset, and then you're over it. I'm not talking about something like that. I'm talking about kind of like that deep seated, maybe anger and resentment that you start to have towards people in your life, and almost kind of like that they're doing something to you, and not recognizing that you kind of hold, like, not kind of, that you're holding the power of that in your hands, you know? And so that a lot of times that's the point where women reach out, um, because they're not recognizing all of the like the alarms and bells that have been going off before. It has to get to a point where she feels like she has to reach out to somebody because um it has gotten too far, has gone too far. And so those are things that you can look out for as evidence of you not managing your energy. And so, yeah, take a look at your life, sit down and kind of look at things. And I'm telling you, love, that on on a subtle level, on a obvious level, you know, you know whether you have felt in control of your energy, or you know those signs of the anger, the resentment, the body aches and pains, the illness, the disease. These are all things that You know because you see it even before it gets too far. Okay. So, yeah, sit down with yourself, think about it, be real with yourself, and say, where is it in my life that I feel out of control, or I feel like I'm being taken advantage of, or I feel like someone else is holding all the cards? Especially with women, I will say, especially where it relates to your children and your spouse, that you'll start to develop this resentment towards them because you feel like they're doing something to you. Okay. And so I'm going to end it there, but I'm going to make another video about what is it that you do? Like, what can you do once you recognize these things? How do you pull your energy back to yourself? How do you begin to manage your energy and kind of take control of that part of your life? Okay. So I will leave it there. But yeah. Well, my name is Baja Jaqua with Earth Goddess. I love you guys.